Good evening, everyone. Welcome. All right. As usual, you are encouraged to sing along with us on the chorus here. And we're going to start off with the chorus. Here we go. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 Oh, I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. Scripture told me that I had to be good. But now I love 'cause I want to. I love 'cause I'm free. I'm blinded by the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, 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 I don't need any prodding. I don't need any law. I'm gonna sing with all my heart. God is my all in all. I let go of my burden. Loving God has made me free. I'm blinded by the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, 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 I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Somewhere I believed loving God would be hard. But loving God is wonderful. Loving God is ecstasy. I thank God for my freedom. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. One more time. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me.
That was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Thank you. Okay, just finding where my notes start. Hi, I'm Amber Davidson, and I am a practitioner here. And we'd like to welcome you. My pronouns are she, her. And we're glad that you decided to join us today. And we welcome all lifestyles and all beliefs. No matter who you are welcome here. Glad to have you with us. We'd like to acknowledge that this service is being held on the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Ute, and the Cheyenne peoples. We recognize that this land is rightfully theirs, and we offer our respect and gratitude for the continuing kinship with this place. Our spiritual philosophy, Science of Mind, is inclusive of all spiritual traditions, and we believe that at the heart of every faith tradition, we have the shared belief that we are all one. Joni McMenamin is our prayer partner today, and she will be here at the windows after service to pray with you. And she is also holding consciousness during the service and knowing the best for this community, this center, and for each of you. And about prayer, prayer is one of our fundamental spiritual practices of this philosophy. And you've got prayer partners ready and willing to be with you in this. So come get a prayer after service and be reminded about the infallible, always present Spirit within you. And then declare what you want in the future, and declare that for right now, and have a partner that absolutely, completely knows that for you with assurance. And then be reminded about how much power you have, that by changing your thinking, your life, your outcome, your results change. So come get a prayer after service. Our vision and mission, speaking of spiritual practice and personal growth, let's say our mission together. We are an inclusive community inspiring personal growth, spiritual practice, and a positive way of life. And our vision together is to support humanity's growth, creating a world that works for all. Do we have kiddos? We have kiddos. So let's sing our song for our kiddo.
Let's sing together. God is everything there is, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I'm thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Kiddo gets to go have some fun. Okay, so we're going to do some announcements here. First, every month, part of what you give, we give to an organization that is doing good in the world. And this is also a spiritual practice of ours to give, because we know that the universe is reciprocal. And if we give this direction, we know it makes it easier for things this direction. So we are grateful for what you give so that we can give to the universe in this reciprocal nature. And this month, we are giving to Trees, Water, and People. This is an environmental nonprofit here in Fort Collins that partners with universities, businesses, and local organizations to understand how climate change is impacting cultural and natural resources. They support indigenous and marginalized communities across Colorado, New Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala in the preservation of their lands, natural resources, and cultural lifeways. Please check them out and learn more at treeswaterpeople.com. .org. Okay, picnic. So how many of you have been to a picnic with this group of people? Super fun. Just pack up your, peanut butter and jelly, pack up your meatloaf sandwich, whatever. Come join us. Come be with the with the divine people. And it's an enjoyment. And the last time I checked, which was a while ago, I was one of 2 people that was signed up. So me and one other person are going to have a super great time. So if you're planning on coming, if you want to come and be with the fun, please sign up. Go to the newsletter and follow the link, or go to the website and follow the link. But sign up so we know somebody's coming there. And I have gotten the inside scoop on what the dessert is. You all want to be there. So come be one with us. Blessing for our country. The combined consciousness of these 2 women, Cheri Jensen and practitioner Lonnie Hickman, is outstanding. For nothing else, just come for the consciousness that will be in that room. But if you have unfriended somebody on Facebook lately, you've avoided some family, or you've changed a conversation to the weather very quickly, come and get a download and a fill-up of peace and consciousness. If you are perfectly content and you're walking a great walk, then know that you are walking in a world that might have a little bit of chaos and fear going on around you, and come get a download and a fill-up of peace so that you can continue to walk your path and maybe help some other people to lift out of the anxiety and fear. This is happening about every 2 weeks, and this Thursday is one of the nights. So please come. This will be an amazing journey. What was that? Starts on the 5th. Sorry. Starts on the 5th. Anyway, connecting to the divine through nature. Now, I know there are a lot of nature lovers here, and I know this because our attendance goes down in the summer. And that's not just people taken off on vacation. That's people who are going up to hike or going up to Estes on Sunday afternoon, and by the time they get home, they're like, I'm not going to church. So please join Leah. Our Reverend Leah Alvarado is amazing at ritual and meditation and visioning and affirmations, all the shuns. She's just fabulous at all of that. And you want to come and just get something so that when you go take your hike, you have that extra oomph that she can give through this connecting to the divine through nature. And you know, when you stand and look at the mountains and go, oh my God, that's so gorgeous, like I do, just get that little oomph with that. Join a committee. The board of directors here, the core council, created this incredible strategic plan. And I can say that because I wasn't on the core council at that time. They did all that work, and I just came in and went, wow. And part of this strategic plan, I love me a strategic plan. I like a good one. And I have seen a lot of strategic plans that are fluffy bunnies with no tangible way of capturing those bunnies, you know, to pet them, and or to just leave them alone because they prefer to just be left alone. Anyway, there's no tangible This strategic plan is brilliant, and part of it are committees, and you should join a committee. And I would say that I have been away for a few months, and it was incredibly exciting to come back and see the numbers of people increase, not counting the summer. And when I got on the board, I looked at the attendance reports, and we have tripled the number of people that regularly come. And some of you who've come regularly or have come periodically, you may not have seen it. And sometimes during the summer, we still don't see it. But it was impressive to me to see that the numbers are going up and up and up and up. And so exciting things are happening. You should be part of it. Please go to the tables in the lobby and sign up for something. And if you see the title of the committee and think that's exciting, but then you read the description and go, ooh, I don't think I can do that, just know that the fundamental and most important requirement for a committee member is the willingness to be on a committee. So go do that. Every Sunday, we gather together and go out to a restaurant. So come join us at the restaurant. You'll meet at the welcome table. So after you stand in line for your prayer and then sign up for a committee, then you go to the welcome table, and we can all go to dinner together. A new announcement is that we have a couple of paintings and a little stool for under the desk for people that might have shorter legs and feel more comfortable with their feet up on a stool. It's a really great stool. The pictures are very nice too. Please take a look at those and just give a love offering. If any of those call to you, give whatever and take it. We bless it on its way for those who want it. See our website or check out the newsletter for more information. And I invite you to just take a deep breath when you're reading the newsletter and center yourself, and then read all of the exciting things that are happening, one thing after another, on that newsletter, and see how much is actually going on here. All right, so we are going to ask our, Linda, is that you today? Yes. So I'm going to ask Linda up here, and I'm going to ask you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And when you hear the vibrations of the singing bowls, to just let those vibrations shed anything of the past and anything of the future, and just let the vibrations center you into now. And when you hear Julie with the music, you can open your eyes and join the chant, another spiritual practice.
Let's sing together.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
Part 2.
I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering.
Continue on whichever part you like.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
All together.
I am remembering who I am.
Once more.
I am remembering who I am.
Okay. So as we let the singing bowls shed before and after, and we let the chant ground us in this moment, I ask you to close your eyes for those of you who feel comfortable doing so. And being in the present, we also get to be in the presence. This presence is not this intangible thing. It is the understanding that absolutely everything is spirit. everyone is spirit. That spirit is the tangible love, friendship, partnership, relationship. That spirit is the tangible health and healing and the perfect blueprint of vitality. And that spirit is abundance, overflowing in all aspects of life. And that healing is there through spirit, all types, through spirit. And that we are deeply connected to that spirit. So that everything that exists as spirit exists for us and as us. We have connection to it. And I know that that works for me. I am deeply connected, and I know that it works for everyone else. And knowing that connection, everything that happens in this moment, everything that happens in this service, is that profound connection to spirit, is that profound connection to whatever you need to hear, to whatever needs to happen for you, for your good. And the vibration of gratitude is so high that it is useful to say thank you for all of that, to just take a moment and settle into that vibration of gratitude, that by being grateful, we connect even deeper. And knowing that that is true for everyone, I just let go. Let go knowing it's already so. And because it's already so, I affirm, and so it is.
So before we start this next one, I want to thank Katie Stiver for being here and playing percussion. It really adds so much, and it takes a load off my shoulders because I don't feel like I have to be also like providing the beat while I'm playing and singing. So I love having her here. So we are going to do a song that we used to do a lot here, and it's been a while. So Reverend Cheri and I were talking about the music for this week, and she requested something by Michael Gott. And I looked at some options, and I said, oh, I love this song, and we haven't done it in a while. So this is called There Is Only Love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is sing along if you know it. There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love.
Beautiful, thank you so much. So we are blessed. Reverend Cheri Jensen is an ordained religious science minister with over 20 years of service. She served as senior minister at Spiritual Enrichment Center in San Rafael, California, senior minister at Whole Life Center for Spiritual Living in Fort Collins for 12 years, and she is one of the founding ministers of our current center. She loves living and sharing the principles of Science of Mind as a teacher, speaker, mentor, and officiant for significant journeys of life. Please help me welcome Reverend Cheri Jensen.
Thank you, Miss Amber. And thank you, Julie and Katie. I love Michael Gotton. And I love you. Hey, folks online, glad you're with us. Hi, Dora. Hi, Judy. I know you. So, keep your homework handy, but not now, okay? Did y'all get something when you came in the door? Great. Put it away. We have ways to get there, I hope. So, during the month of August, Reverend Leah has talked about othering. Othering. Looking at people as other than us. It's like the us versus them idea. Whoops-a-daisy. I'm off in Wonderland here. This whole idea of othering keeps us separate. Last week she talked about the othering that we have if we've had some kind of deep, deep trauma in our lives, where we've othered the very spiritual presence within us. We other when we look at homeless people or people of different color or different nationality, and we just say, well, they're different. So we've had a month of looking at othering. So I want to talk about othering again in a different way and give you some tools to manage this thing that there's us and them. Over the last year, I don't know about you, but I have been struggling with the state of the world. I have gone down the rabbit hole of despair, of seeing the news. I try not to watch too much news, and then I'm criticized for that by friends. I know enough to be dangerous, because it's dangerous out there, isn't it? There's landmines, there's wars everywhere, it seems. There's famines, there's kids going hungry and homeless, even here in America. We have found ways to do harm to one another as humanity. It just seems like it never ends. And I found myself in us versus them. I can't be the only one. Because we want to play the game somehow, because we think one side is good and the other side not so very much. And so I found myself participating in conversations that I would feel not so good afterwards. And I became very disgusted with myself, very unforgiving, very distraught. And it was probably 4 or 5 months ago that Lonnie Hickman and Reverend Lee and I were sitting in my kitchen, and we looked up the Sermon by the Sea by Ernest Holmes. And the upshot of his wonderful sermon was that he invited us into a consciousness of being a stand for something and against nothing. And And you just breathe into that, and it feels like a tall order, doesn't it? Like, how do we do that? How do we do that? So I titled the talk, Being a Beneficial Presence, because I think there are avenues to being a stand for something and against nothing. And I hope we'll get there at some point along this. I do have an hour, right? No, I know. What I want to lean into, though, is this idea of a philosophy, faith, and way of life that we call religious science, science of mind. Religious science is an old term, I know, but that's where I come from. What I loved about it most of all as a young 30-something was that there was a sense of freedom from fear and superstition in religion. There was a freedom from fear because I didn't have to believe in, sorry guys, an old guy up in the sky that was keeping tabs on me and deciding whether I was good or not. And I've talked about this before. But I think a lot of us grew up with a very punishing idea of God. So I said, heck with that, and just started creating my own idea. Religious science started ticking off all the boxes from me because it also freed me up of this superstition that not only did this old guy up in the sky create a child in an immaculate conception and named him his son, that he was the only son. The rest of us are just waiting to die so we can go to heaven and be with Jesus. What I loved about religious science, that Jesus became a master teacher for me because we actually teach the teachings that Jesus taught. Love one another. Love your neighbor as yourself. Forgive one another. Aren't those awesome teachings? I loved that freedom. I loved that freedom to be away from traditional Christianity that did not fit this little girl. I was so looking for a place to believe in, something to believe in, because nothing that my parents offered me or my girlfriends in school fit the bill. I love that religious science teaches us is that there's one presence, power, when it doesn't matter what we call it. God's a great name. It's a contraction for good, for those of you who can't say that word. Great Spirit, Divine Mother. I think back to the old days at Whole Life, and we called God Fred. That's an inside joke, and I apologize. Because your name is the name of God. Your name is the name of Spirit. There is within you that part of you that is pure spirit. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And God knows we have lots of experiences. We have this amazing presence within us that is everywhere present. It's omnipotent. It's all powerful. It's omniscient. It's all knowing. And it's omnipresent. It's everywhere present. It's as much in the turtles on the log at the park that I go to as it is in the log that they sit upon. It's in you and me. It's in everything. It's in this building. I like to think the Big Bang took place for all you scientists. We call ourselves religious scientists because we actually have ways that we can prove that spiritual principles work. Religious science gave me spiritual tools to work with. And when I was going down the rabbit hole of depth and the depths of despair, I forgot that I had a whole tool bag full of spiritual tools that would rescue me. So we have a teaching that talks about this kind of thing, that we're not here by accident. We are here to duplicate the nature of the divine. We are here because we have been called to be. Not all of us are called and be given the same deck of cards to play with, apparently. I read a book. I'm reading a book, and I'm not done with it yet. It is a true story of a man. You meet him when he is 5 years old. He writes his story as a homeless child one of 3 siblings with a crazy mother wandering through New York. They would walk in the dark and the cold because she had no plan to have her baby safe, no place to shelter. They would sleep in Grand Central Station. They would find nooks and crannies to live in. He was taught at 5 years old to find food in garbage cans so that they could all eat. It's called A Place to Call Home, and it's heartbreaking. I was given the book, and somebody said, I really think you should read this. He talks about what it meant to be a child and totally oblivious to anybody on the streets. A woman with 3 children, homeless, foodless. They had not sufficient clothes, no place to stay. And over again, society ignored them. They disappeared. No one saw them. When they would go to school with bruises all over their bodies because mama was violent, the teachers ignored it. They didn't ask questions. And so it makes me realize that this whole othering thing is endemic in society, is it not? Do you notice the people on the corner with their signs where they want food? Sometimes we just want to drive by and pretend they do not exist. The ways we other each other, the us versus them, that Leah talked about, the superiority we might think we have over somebody because they're different. So this book has just been heartbreaking for me. But it certainly has opened my eyes to a whole missing piece, perhaps, of how we treat one another. So when I think about my spiritual toolbox, and one of these days I'm going to have a cute little tool belt with my prayer, my gratitude, my forgiveness out of the back pocket because we don't want to do forgiveness very often. I think it'll be a really cool thing, and I might market it one of these days. Been thinking about this for a long time. But we have spiritual tools that we can use to be beneficial presences? To be a beneficial presence in the world. I don't know what the correct language is. The Science of Mind teaches us to change your thinking and change your life. And we know it's harder than that, do we not? Much harder than that. But there's a quote that I find fascinating. It says, decide what kind of life you really want. And then get rid of everything that's not that. Decide what kind of life you want, and then get rid of everything that's not that. So hold on to that idea as we move forward in this discussion. We have to give up being right sometimes in order to be happy, do we not? We have to give up being so rigid about ideas and beliefs in order to accommodate the people we love, right? It's not always easy. However, there are benefits to that. I was finding myself, I just did not appreciate the others. The others. It's that word, that term, the others. They can think what they think, but I don't agree with that. I don't want to do that. And everything I've been reading is coming up saying, well, in order for us to heal that otherness, that shield of not connecting with somebody else, we have to give up this illusion of separation and actually ask better questions. Tell me why you think the way you think. Tell me what's going on in your life, what matters to you, and just pay attention. We still don't have to agree. I sat at a lunch with a bunch of women, And we've all been part of a walking group for a long time and dispersed, and now people live elsewhere. And we get together every once in a while. We all have different political affiliations. We all have different socioeconomic aspects of our beingness. We all want the same things, however. The thing is, the person on the corner holding up the sign wants the same things in their life that you do. The others want the same things that we want. And when we can come into that place where we realize we really do all want the same things, we just are going about it in different ways, then maybe we can ask better questions, be kinder, more loving, more gentle, more positive about the way we relate to people. I've sat at tables where everybody except for me was carrying a gun. And when I realized that, it was a little uncomfortable because I don't do that. But I got to know them, and they were pretty lovely people. The women had bags that had concealed guns in them. And well, that's interesting. And the guys did too. And it's like, I didn't know that, but they were nice people. Okay, I got to learn something. And they were all of a different political persuasion than I was. And so I just listened to what mattered to them. And we could talk about what mattered to each of us. And nobody got their noses upset or their knickers in a bunch, and we all just got along. We have that ability to get along with one another. Doing it us and them does not work. We do not live in a vacuum because of one set of beliefs and another. Albert Einstein said that the level of consciousness that created a problem is not the consciousness that we need to get ourselves out of the problem. Our job is to stay as conscious as we possibly can, to be more considerate of one another, to ask better questions, to care enough about somebody else's point of view, not demeaning our own, but being willing to listen. How are we doing? Oh my gosh, running out of time. There's always enough time. Mother Teresa says we fail at peace because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. So I do have a spiritual practice worksheet for you for the week. And so I'm asking you to consider this quote to be a stand for something and against nothing. So I'm asking you for just a moment, you don't have to do anything other than put the paper down and listen. Close your eyes for a moment, because I believe that when we can be a stand for something, it's because it's something we have values about, something we believe in. So just ask yourself, what are the things that I value in this thing called life? And if you feel like speaking out a word, just do it. What do you value in your life? Family. Joy. Music. Honesty. Community. Love. Caring. Oneness. Harmony. Connection. Peace. Blessed peace. Anything else? You get the picture. Then the question is, we want to ask ourselves, we identify what we value. Well, do my beliefs and my thoughts and my actions support that? When I asked that question 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even less than that, my speech did not match my values. I was not speaking kindly of the others. And I thought, I can't live like that. I can't tolerate that. So we find out whether there's congruency in our beingness about what we stand for. And to be a stand for something is to take it from, I don't want war, and change that around to, I want peace. Exactly. Had an interaction with my bank teller the other day, actually last week. And he said, what are you going to do this afternoon? Because we always chit-chat. That's how I get to know people. And I said, well, you're going to go home and work on a talk I'm going to do on Sunday. And he said, what's the talk about? And I said, being a stand for something and against nothing. And he said, He said, I just got done reading a sports psychology book about negative goal planning for athletes creates negative results. And I said, bingo, that's the whole thing here. So if you want peace, you're not going to sit around talking about war. We hold war in place. If you want generosity in your life, you're not going to be talking about, I don't like greed. You know what you're going to talk about? I love people who are generous. I love people who are giving. We want to place it in a positive context because the universe doesn't play favorites. It says, oh, you don't really mean that. The universe is exacting. There are spiritual laws in place that we must comply with. They work all the time the same way for everybody. We don't get a pass because we're religious scientists. Laws are laws in the universe. What you put out is what you get back. So think about the kinds of things you're saying. Okay, so here we go. So I'm asking you to begin with small changes because isn't that the way it is? We can't do things all overnight. I was reading about a group of people who want to take a Buddhist practice that Buddhists have spent a lifetime perfecting, and they want to give it to people on a weekend. Yours for $5,000 and you can be enlightened. No. Spiritual practice is practice. We're not going to have mastery in this thing called life. You and I are going to practice till the day we die because it's worth it. You want a life that works? This is the antidote to othering. Practice kindness. Be kind to one another. That's really the simplest thing I can offer you is be kind to one another. I think somebody said connection. Wherever you go, connect with somebody. My next thing is smile more. I was sitting with somebody the other day, somebody that you would know, and you know who you are. And she said, I need to smile. She said, I'm looking at it because I took my paper with me. I said, I need somebody to look at this with me. And she said, oh, I need to smile more. And she said, I'm thankful, but I don't smile very often. She goes, I'll work on that. I walk every day, and no one gets by the trail without me. I either smile, if they're busy, I wave, I nod, I'll say hello, because I think we all want to be acknowledged. The guy on the corner asking for something, he just needs to be noticed. He needs to be acknowledged. I wave, I give him the love sign. I hope that's what he knows that is. Sometimes I've got cash with me, but it's really hard on a corner. People need to be noticed. If you're at the grocery store, pay attention to the people who are serving you. When you're out to dinner, pay attention to your server. My master teacher was our practitioner, Rich. Rich he's still with us, thank God. He has taught me so much about connecting with people. And his genuine caring is what makes him so special. Make somebody's day by paying attention to them. You will begin to dispel this sense of this illusion of separation and connect with somebody. It doesn't mean you're going to be friends necessarily, but it says, I see you. The face of God is your face. Have you ever just given somebody a compliment? People love that. We walk by each other all the time, and we just pretend somebody doesn't exist. Rich taught me to pay attention to everybody I come across. I was at a graduation party yesterday afternoon and evening, and there were 2 kids there. They were 8 and 9, actually. And I went and played with the kids. It was much more fun. But they just needed time. They needed somebody to pay attention to them, to ask them great questions, to find out, oh my God, I heard about things I don't even remember. But these kids were so alive, and they just loved having somebody new to talk to. Go visit a senior, somebody who's housebound. They would love to have your company and just somebody to sit around and talk with, play games with. Speak kind words to one another. That's what I'm trying to say. Practice gratitude. Everywhere you go, look for the presence of the living Spirit. Not only in people, but in the beauty of nature. Don't take a walk with your headset on or you're looking at your phone. Look at the nature in front of you. Be with it. Be one with it. Nurture your soul. And practice gratitude every step of the way. Give of your time to other people. You're not here to fix people. You're here to listen. We all need to be heard. Those kids needed to be heard yesterday. Some of the adults needed to be heard as well. When you can do that, life changes. And be generous with your time, your talent, and your treasure. These are all spiritual tools that are as basic to humanity as we can possibly get. Pick one. Do something different this week in service to breaking this illusion of separation and connecting with not only yourself, but everyone else in the sphere of your beingness. Wherever you go, be a person who's a beneficial presence. I invite you to take one step every day and magnetize the good into your life, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to be beneficial presences. Presence, maybe that's it. We want to be a present to everyone we meet. There is no other. We're all in this together. We sink or we swim together. Pray for those who are dealing with war and hate and famine, lack of food, lack of medical care. Treat each other with love. Love is all there is. So let us pray. My heart is filled with gratitude to have the opportunity to share things that matter to me. To share that none of us is perfect, but each one of us can be perfectly willing to slough off the things that do not serve us and take on the cloak of courage to be fully who we are and banish this idea that there's an other. There's only one of us. One power, one presence, one love, one life, and we're in it. And we're here to give. We're here to love. We're here to express all that we've come here to be, which is the very life of the infinite Spirit in human form. I declare that there is an awakening within each and every one of us for kindness, for consideration, for more smiles, for more connection, to be that which elevates life, uplifts rather than degrades, and goes down that rabbit hole of pain and suffering. We lift our consciousness into that healing place where wholeness abides, where love thrives. Each of us is called here to be a light. And so I declare that the light is lit from the very presence of God within. and we polish the mirror of our soul to let that light shine through. So I affirm that we decide the kind of life we want to live. And then we let go of anything that's not that. And we are supported in living the fullness, safe, free from fear, freedom to choose. And we give thanks that this is so. And so it is. Amen.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up to someone else to do. But then I finally realized I needed to take a stand, that by changing my thinking I could change my life. That's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. So let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. Repeat that line. We are making a new world now. Once more. We are making a new world now.
I'm going to practice gratitude, and once again, thank you so much. Julie and Katie. And thank you, Reverend Cheri, for that beautiful talk and reminding us that there is no other. Now is the time for our offertory. If you received some spiritual food today, we invite you to share your gifts with us, as we believe that when we give to that which feeds us spiritually, it returns to us multiplied. There are a number of ways that you can give. There they are. And I'd also like to take this moment to thank the tithing givers, the regular givers who give online automatically, the auto givers. And you will see sometimes people will hold their hand over the offertory basket, and often what that is are people that have given in a different way, just knowing the abundance that is in that offertory. So say with me, please, our offertory affirmation. This is a gift form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give, and joyfully I receive. Oh, let's stand up. Am I rocking?
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
All right. Oh, the offering. I love that we get, as the practitioner here, that we get to do this prayer. Oh, just knowing the abundance, knowing that which is coming back to everyone in this room, to everyone in this community, and to everyone in the world that this organization serves. Just so thankful and grateful for all of that charges the reciprocal world. Thank you. If you are here for the first time today, we sincerely welcome you. We are so glad you're here. Stay after a little while and get to know some of the wonderful people. They're fabulous. Maybe I'm just talking about myself. Anyway, get to know me too. I'm fabulous. Let's see. Prayer partners. Prayer partners will be at the windows, and if you don't have time to stand in the very long line of everybody here that's going to be waiting for a prayer, we have prayer request box in the back. You can scribble your prayer down very neatly so that we can read it, and the entire ecclesiastical team will pray on it, and that's just another way of saying a bunch of people that like to pray all the time. So, if you are online and you need a prayer, please visit our website and do it even if you don't think you need a prayer. cslnoco.org and submit a prayer request. Just see what happens in your life when somebody knows your desire is the truth for you. All right, thank you all for being here. Please stand if you are willing and able for our benediction and our closing song. Place your hands over your heart and repeat or say with me, please. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for all beings. I love this part. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. This power, once more. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.